Welcome back. As we promised, the second segment of our breakfast show is going to be completely sportive, and we are going to speak about the two important sports events which took place yesterday. First, the national team of handball, which continued its 100% victories or streak of victories, to be accurate, in the World Championship taking place in Sweden and Poland. And yesterday it was the meeting of brothers, the Egyptians and the Bahraini, and it ended with 26-22 for the Pharaohs. To shed more light on this and onto the other event, which was the Cairo Derby between Al Ahly and Zamalek, and ended with another victory for Al Ahly. It was a 3-0 victory. We are very much delighted to have with us via phone Mrs. Mona Samy, our sports analyst and critic. Thank you very much for being with us, Mona.
Hello, it's always a pleasure to be here with you.
Mona, let's start with our national team of handball, despite the fact that it ended with 26-22 over the Bahraini brothers. But yet, the first game, it was not that good. And it was for the very first time in the previous 4 matches, yesterday it was the 5th, to be at a time having a draw or even a defeat. 1 or 2 goals, but it was a defeat. I think in the interval, in the in-between, Barondo did something to motivate the players once again and to tell them that this should not continue this way, and it ended with this victory. Tell me your panoramic view of the match.
First of all, the Egyptian national handball team never fails the Egyptian fans. They have succeeded to secure their spot in the quarter-final of the World Mini Championship for the second consecutive time. I think the match was not a straightforward game for the Pharaohs, but still the Egyptians managed to end the match with the win. In the first half, with 13-9 lead, thanks to Karim El-Hendawi, he was so stunning yesterday, and his efforts and with his great efforts, give the Pharaohs the chance to end the match with the win. The gap increased up to 7 goals in the second half, and despite Bahrain's late effort to come back, Egypt can secured the tie 26-22 and earned the victory. By the way, Karim Hendawi was the man of the match of yesterday.
And he deserved. Well, yes. Regarding the coming match, because of course we are all expecting it's going to be that tough on Monday, meaning tomorrow, the Egyptians are going to play against Denmark. Despite the fact that Denmark and Croatia ended with a draw and we did great in front of Croatia, but tomorrow is going to be the toughest day till the moment. How do you see it? I mean, what there should be planned against the giants of handball, of Denmark, of course?
Yes, it's going to be a difficult match, and despite Egypt had secured the head side in the quarter-final, but still the Egyptian team needs to win, or at least the match ended with draw, not to face the Sweden, the host of the championship, in the quarter-final.
Yeah.
So it's gonna not be easy match, and as we know, we always when facing Denmark, it's be a dramatic game, and we won't say the revenge game as the previous championship in Egypt. We lose to Denmark, but I think it's not gonna be easy at all. We need to have a good fit. And for the
we lost
whole
Denmark
match
with penalties, and Mikael
yes, it was a dramatic match,
and his
yeah.
team.
Yes.
Well, because we do have a lot to speak about, let's move to football, if you permit me, and to the Cairo Derby, which took place yesterday, and it ended with 3-0 for Al Ahly. Also, the first 45 minutes were boring, and it seems that it's going to end this way. Both Al Ahly and Zamalek were doing bad. It was such a poor performance,
yes.
But the case changed totally different in the second half. What's the secret? Is it the changes of Ferreira, which were a bigger part than bad ones, or is it the tactics of Kohler in the second game, or in the second half of the game?
I think both. Because both sides had a slow start in the match and failed to create any chances in the first half of the game, and then the second half witnesses all the action, until 60 minutes when Kahraba secured or get the first goal for Al Ahly. I think this is open the game, and I feel like the spirit of the Zamalek was so low after the first goal of Kahraba, and the tactics of Al Ahly and with for the spirit of the player, we saw like Mohammed Sharif come back to the pictures, and also Kahraba. They came back to the scene for Al Ahly and grabbed their goals for the team. So I think it's because
But without Sulaya, without Akram Tawfiq, without Mahmoud Mitwalli, also Al Ahly, there are a lot of absences. And here I should emphasize on this statement, Al Ahly biman hadar, with whom is present, this is going to be the performance. I mean, Muhammad Hani is doing great since the injury of Akram Tawfiq. Hamdi Fathi is really doing great. Rami Rabi'a is doing great with the absence of Mahmoud Mitwalli and Yasser Ibrahim. How do you see the musical seats game of Kuller? I mean, the way he is building his tactics or plans according to the skills and talents of the already existing players.
I think he did great tactics yesterday, because for the match, a lot of people and a lot of Ahli fans, they were afraid because a lot of absences of the team and Zamalek with many players. But we saw yesterday that in the second game or in the second half, Al Ahly became another team, and he became the dominant to the team. They can secure more than 3 goals. If they wanted that. So I think this is Kuller now became to be the one who can lead Al Ahly, and then Al Ahly now on the top of the Premier League with 34 points.
8 points difference between Al Ahly and the nearest rival. But let's go to the other side of the coin. To the other side, you would find Saif Al Ghaziri, Zizou, and Imam Ashur, such ups and downs in their performance in a way which is really weird. Do you have any explanation?
I think sometimes the players have ups and downs in their. I think not 3 players also, but the whole team, because Zamalek because Zamalek lost against Pyramids, 10 players in the Egyptian Cup, and also lost against Aswan. And I think the team has some downs some days, but today's we see like Barreras maybe made a Cairo derby defeat could mark the final throw for Barrera in Cairo, because Murtada Mansour yesterday announced an emergency call to discuss Ferreira's future.
Is it right to sack the coach in the middle of the season this way? I mean, I can add, or to have an added value, to add another coach to the coaching circle, to amend what's going on. But to sack the head coach in the middle of the season, do you think that this is a solution, a good solution?
I think, of course, it's not a good solution, because Barreras have a very good career with Al Zamalek, so they may have some up and downs like this is sport. So, but when we talk about the Egyptian leagues, sometimes we have no logic. So in the next days,
no, of course there is logic, but there are the pressures of the fans. I mean, under the pressures of the fan, we also heard, and I don't know if these are media reports or it happened already, that Amir Murtada, the director of football in Al Zamalek first team, he resigned, and he said that I am totally responsible for the defeat. True?
Yes, we heard this, but all this is rumors. We don't have any affirmation or any confirmation from Al Zamalek regarding Amir Murtada Mansour or Barrera. So we will wait until the emergency meeting that will be held.
And because of this, I said media reports, not decisions released by the management of the White Castle. Let's return back to Al Ahly, if you permit me, because many are saying that Al Ahly should add more to their tactics, their performance, add more to their heavyweight players, because they are getting ready or preparing for the Club World Cup, which is going to take place in very few weeks from now. And this is going to be the international arena, totally different. How do you see Al Ahly's performance in preparation for the Club World Cup?
As we know, for the international level, it's a very different way rather than the Egyptian league. And yes, Al Ahly yesterday was stunning in the second half, and we saw a very good tactics. But we still, for Al Ahly, need more preparations for the international game, because you want to start the game like yesterday in front of teams who will be in the World Cup, because you may lose in the first half and you can come back again.
Yes,
so
we don't have this luxury. Amen.
So you don't have this luxury, as you said, to come back and to score a second half. So I think, yes, Al Ahly need to have more preparations and need to add more tactics. And when the absent come back to the players who absent yesterday come back to the team, they will add more value for the team. So I hope so in the international games we see another level, because there is no chance to wrong or to be wrong or to for the fault.
And to give confidence to the newcomers. I mean, we saw Marwan Atiyah, we saw Khalid Abdel Fattah. I mean, the newcomers should know that they do have a basic role, and they should shoulder this responsibility. And we are going to see if they really can play under pressure wearing the red jersey or no. If you agree with me on that.
Yes, I agree with you. And Al Ahly always have his pressure on the player, even not in the international games. You see, in all newcomers for Al Ahly need to know how to play under pressure, because there are media sports, there are fans, and there is no chance here for fault, because he will always be under pressure to perform well.
Yes, and there was a very nice image yesterday when Kahraba was laying on the ground. He was, of course, very exhausted after scoring the goal in the minute number 61, I think. Ali Ma'loul did something really great. He gathered, or he called all the players, and he started to give them instructions on the ground how to continue the game in a better way, and it ended 3-0. In fact, Ali Ma'loul is proving a day after the other that he is not an international, a professional playing here. He is a real captain on the ground. To what extent do you think that this is important to have this kind of captaincy, or being a maestro with the other players?
Yes, for a long time, Al Ahly was in need to a real captain that collects the player and that like be a maestro in the course. It's not all about tactics, but also you need to how to manage the player and how to manage their spirits in such a difficult match. Not all players can handle this pressure, and need someone who can lead and who can give them like relief that everything gonna be okay, that we can do it. So for yesterday, I saw a very good spirit for the Ahly player. You see, like Kahraba, when he told Mohamed Sharif that he will score a goal, and it was like a funny.
The psychological aspect is very important.
Yes,
Amen to that.
Yes. Yes. When he told him that he will gonna secure, and then he then had 2 goals. This also give you like how Al Ahly win yesterday, like this spirit, and we saw the fans also for Al Ahly and Al Zamalek. It was like a carnival, because fans in the match and in the stade gives them like glowy.
The push, yes. Well, we hope that we are going to all the time witness very good matches between our national teams in our local competition, because by the end of the day, we want our national team to be that strong and to achieve a lot on the African and international arena as well. Mrs. Mona Samy, our sports analyst and critic, thank you very much for your input, and have a very good day. Well,
Thank
by
you.
this we come to the end of this edition of our breakfast show. You were in the company of my dear colleague and friend Amal Mukhtar and myself, Nermeen Abdurrahman. Tomorrow is another day with another crew. Stay tuned on Nile TV International always for more updates. And for more details, please log on to www.nileinternational.net. Many thanks for watching.